Welcome to another episode of the I Hate This Industry podcast. I am your humble and handsome host, Stephen Almeida. This is my good brother, the architect of the Gold Print, the motherfucking master, Darrell Reese Jr. What's good, brother?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What's good with you, man? How you feeling? How you feeling?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. It's Sunday morning. Ready to go to church. I need Jesus in my life.
Oh
Um,
yeah, got my coffee.
That's right. I'm on some Celsius. Also need an ad and brand deal, but I need Celsius. The amount of Celsius or Celsius, I don't know how to pronounce this. Celsius, the amount of Celsius I drink. Jesus Christ, man! It's like they sponsor me already. Uh,
I'm gonna be right there with you Monday in the gym.
oh yeah, bro, gym. Man, I'm starting the gym this month too. I'm excited. Like starting to like actually go with an actual intention. These are the goals. Um, I'm down 20 pounds, bro, since
Ah,
since
damn! Congratulations, man.
thank you.
Congratulations.
And that's just from cutting diet, like cutting certain things out of the diet. But yeah, man, I'm ready, man. I'm good. So
Oh
talk to
yeah.
me, man. I know you said you recovering.
Oh yeah, man. We wrapped up filming a few weeks ago. Well, the locations that we was doing, we done filming at those locations. We still have 20, roughly 15 to 20% of the film left to do.
Yeah,
And so I knew this was going to be like a long, drawn out process. I knew I wanted to handle all this more so in the fourth quarter and things like that. Like we can jump into we can jump into post production and things like that. But we still have roughly 3 scenes left, but nothing major. Not any major scenes. None of them require dialogue. So
nice.
we we on the ship with that as far as we can jump into pre-production. Like I can start editing now. I just like I'm looking at these files. It's over 100 audio files. It's over 100 video files, and I'm just like, okay, I mentally have to prepare myself to lock in with this, and I
Mhm.
still might go to like a third party or something like that. But at the same time, I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm gonna see how I can mold it because I know I got a vision for it and how I
Yeah.
want it to look and things like that. I know you're gonna help me with the sound.
Yes,
the
sir.
other I got the other guy that was two other guys that was helping with the film. We gonna just try to tackle things together and see how we can place the sound together and see how it bowls because everything looks good. It looks amazing.
It looks amazing. It looks
Oh
incredible.
yeah. Like the BTS looks amazing, the
Yeah.
video, the film itself looks amazing. It sounds amazing. It's
Mhm.
just the audio just needs some tuning.
Yeah, I listened to some of it, and yeah, I agree. I think it needs some tuning, but nothing. The audio is good in the sense of like you captured,
Right. Yeah, it
you
just needs to be
kept
turned
it
up
up.
because I
It
was
just
listening to it. It's crazy because the quality of that microphone is industry standard. So like I knew what I was gonna get with the Sennheiser. I knew
yeah,
what I was gonna get. It was just the environment around us. Like, okay, I talked to the guy that I got it from. He was like, it's kind of standard that the mic is gonna pick up
yeah,
outside noise and things like that. So I had to turn the gain and the volume down on the mic.
yeah.
Then I played it on the computer. I was like, okay, it needs to be turned up. But then I played it on
The recorder.
the headphone.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, damn, like it sounds amazing. So
Mm.
like where it's gonna be edited is gonna be vital because I can see it already. Like most likely it's gonna go through audition, but I'm gonna need some type of professional headphones or something like that, and then play it over some speakers. It's
Yeah.
gonna be like just like the visual testing. Like I'm gonna do visual testing on the phone, iPad, and the TV. The
Yeah.
same is gonna be done on the audio testing.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you get different feedback on all different devices.
Yep. And that's why it's important to like edit when it comes to audio. It's important to edit to a certain standard as far as the decibels you're editing at, all of these things. There's a whole, I don't want to say industry, but there's a professional level where audio, like for podcasting, should be at this level. Audio for this should be. They have all of that because as it plays on these different devices and all that, if you keep it at that like level, you're gonna get well, more so you won't get any like peaking or cackling or things like that. You're getting the most performance out of the level. You know what I mean? As
Right.
far as when it comes to the mix, that's a whole different beast. But even with the mix, this you gotta, and this is, I learned this through the science of engineering, right? Reading books on it, learning more about it as throughout my career. And it was like as you mix, you got to be at these certain, you got to mix at these certain levels. Like your lows should be at some point, your mids should be at some point, your highs should be at some point. It shouldn't pass a certain decibel. It shouldn't go below a certain decibel. Um, and when you do all of that, it more so gives you a higher percentage of it being the best quality mix and the best sounding mix. Because you see it a lot with music, you see it a lot with podcasting. Even the mixing is trash, or the audio just doesn't sound good. We go through it with this podcast. Uh, Even
Right.
more as I deal with the levels and all that, as I learn more about it. Now I have a certain like a certain vocal chain, so to say, as they say in music. I have a vocal chain of all these presets of how of the standards they're supposed to be at for podcasting and all that. It's then what I do is get creative with the mixing. But it's always trying to get the best sound possible, and even that's hard when you're just using like the mics that we're using.
Oh yeah.
If you have compressors, if you have all of these things in place, you get an even better sound. But I'm excited to start working on it, man. I'm excited for it because I've never actually, well, I have. I can't say never, but I like a challenge. Like this is gonna be something for me, where it's like getting this to like TV level or movie level. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
those reaching those standards and hitting those markers. So it's like I've been doing a lot of research on audio mixing for this project.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, the biggest challenge for me right now is when I get ready to tackle the film in about a week and a half is just matching and syncing up the audio with the
Yeah.
visuals. Like we did certain things on set with the clapper, we did certain things on set with to match things. So I have to go by individually with the video and try to see, okay, is it around this mark with the audio? So I'm trying
Yeah.
to figure out how I want to approach that. But once I've mapped out, okay, this is how I want to do it, and we have the video match with the audio, then we should be smooth sailing from there. Cause I'm like, okay, that's been my biggest worry altogether because I have so many files. I have so many audio files and video files, and I can look at them all day and say it looks good. And I'm just like, okay, when I tackle that, then okay, I know we ready. We cooking with grease right there. Cause like that was a whole part of me just on the quality side, like you know how I am with it. And that was a whole part of me. Like I could have like
Yeah. No, you could keep going. Go
good.
ahead.
But yeah, like the first time around when I was shopping for audio equipment and things like that, like I settled for certain things, but then I was just like, this is my first big one. This is my first big film with a set, with a crew, with all these professional equipment. And I was just like, okay, I have to reach for the stars on this one. Like
Yeah.
I don't need to break the bank or anything, but I have to shoot for some type of industry standard quality, especially when it comes to sound to do that. And so I did that. I made that trip to New Orleans, and shout out to this company called SoundHard. And they provided us with the necessary equipment to get the job done, from the Sennheiser mic, from the boom pole, from the C stand, from the XLR cables and things like that. So they provided the necessary items for us to create a high quality film when it comes to audio. And man, like I sent you, you already got it. You got all the audio files and
Yeah.
things like that. And I might play around with it again soon. But as far as the way it's sounding, just the raw files itself, I know once it's enhanced and things like that, I know it's gonna sound amazing. I know that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's basically like it's fourth quarter. This is as far as scheduling wise, this is where I wanted things to be as far
Yeah.
as this whole process. And I know I still got what 2 or 3 voiceovers to do. I still have scenes to do, but none of them require a full cast and major dialogue in scenes, so we don't have to get these equipments and again and things like that. So that's going to be smooth selling
Yeah. Yeah.
on that end. So yeah, we are in post production. Like right now, I'm editing the BTS series. So like I'm going to edit the BTS series first before I start editing the film. I want to get the BTS series out the way first. And with the
Yeah.
BTS series, that is laying the foundation, the making of a short film, and it's basically just a detailed interview process, a detailed podcast, and audio series, just like chronicling the events that led up to the foundation, is showing the behind the scenes and things like that of the making of the film and the
Yeah.
cast and crew and the location and things like that. Just me talking about the process, me talking about the script, me talking about the editing process and what led up to the ideals that was displayed. It's just really going in detail of everything. Like it's gonna be me doing a sit down interview. It's gonna be me and you talking about it via audio, via podcast. Like just talking about the whole situation and the ups and downs and what to do and what not to do. Just giving advice to first time filmmakers and things like that that
Yeah. I like that.
wanna tackle things like this and understand that it's not gonna be easy. Like nobody, I'm sure nobody has said it's gonna be easy. Like
Yeah.
even if you're doing it just a one crew situation or just you filming it and things like that, so it's never gonna be easy. And from my standpoint, I can speak from me being the director, me being the actor also, and have to worry about certain things other than my role. So that weighed on me, that took a toll on me. So I would talk about how I adapted to that, how I maneuvered through that and things like that. And I will start rolling that series out in the first quarter of next year. So yeah, man.
Pulling the J Cole flashback.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
all right, let's get back. Yeah, pardon the video quality on my end. I'm having some technical issues, if difficulties, but we're gonna get this work out. So
Oh
no,
yeah.
that's dope. I think that's the right on brand for how you operate and everything you do. Everything we do, just like being like the independent creator that also shows you, like, showing the blueprint as we go, the go print, showing the go print as we go, how we do it, the pitfalls, the trials and tribulations. um because the point is always to not just show you the work and show you what's going on, give you an end product, but also show you the game and give you the game of how we do it. um
Absolutely.
because none of y'all motherfuckers gonna have the luxury of having an excuse that nobody ever told you how to do it, or nobody showed you how. I hate that. And this generation don't even have that excuse, man, of creators. But even more so, you know who you guys are. Nobody showed me, nobody helped me. Yet there's companies out there like GoPrint Media who offer you everything in a package deal to get to where you got to go. Not only do they do that, they also show you how to do it on your own, so you don't even need them, but hire them. And hire us.
Absolutely.
Nah, but
Absolutely.
I just say that to say, for people to understand what the brand is, to understand what this all is. It's not only giving you great art, giving you great storytelling, showing you the things that come out of our brains and our minds, and trying to show you the world our perspective. It's also showing you how to do it for yourself. and giving you a step by step process of how you could do it for yourself or do it for a company or go and become a contractor or something. That's the go print. That's the game you getting.
Absolutely.
I think that's right on brand, and I love it. What I was saying before is I love, it's just side note, but I love Drake did it with the 100 gigs, and I thought that was fly. I'm a big fan because I was doing it myself with Autumn House. I'm a big fan of recording the behind the scenes process. I'm a big fan
Oh
of
yeah,
that,
man. Me too.
of then turning it into something documentary style or something to show you, give you insight. So I love that. I love when Drake did it. I love that. I love that Cole uh, did it. I love that Cole's doing a podcast where he's kind of breaking it down. That's pretty dope.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I mean, yeah, with Cole, I remember listening to the warm up in high school, bro. Like early high school, like
I didn't know
Grown
that was your
Simba.
time, bro.
Oh
Because
yeah, Grown
I
Simba,
remember the
Dead
warm up.
Presidents. Like, bro, like I remember live mixtapes and Spinrilla and
Hmm.
all that, just listening to it and downloading it and
Yeah,
things like that. And I was just like, man, I would always listen to it on YouTube or
yeah.
SoundCloud recently, but then he put it on streaming service, and man, I thought that was beautiful. I
Bro,
was just
I had
like,
the
thank you.
physical. I had the physical bootleg from Chinatown, man, of the
Oh
warm up.
damn.
I remember that vividly when it came out. Um, so yeah, Cole, man, I think Cole's doing the right thing, man. Cole using nostalgia to come back. Cole, getting back into the graces of the people after he gracefully bowed out. Um, I think he took his time. He had a few misfires, and now he's slowly coming back into the graces of the audience of the people. And I think that's dope. Something that Drake should have done. And now
Yeah.
we got to deal with the light skinned queen filing lawsuits. Yo, he make light skinned brothers look bad, man. I used to love Drake.
Man,
I
that's
love Drake, and I feel like we ever since he became Dominican, he's been wilding out. He's been losing all these things, man. He should have remained Canadian. He wanted to be Dominican, and he ruined all of that. And you make Dominican men look bad. He's what Dominican. I don't know how we got to phrase that.
man. I don't
He
know what's wrong
undergo
with dude.
he undergo the surgery to become uh Dominican, and it doesn't work for him because this is bad. I've never seen
Yeah.
somebody do this in the culture. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Drake filed a lawsuit or has launched a petition to file a lawsuit against UMG, and um I feel like I get it. There's two sides of this coin, right? There's the side of it
Right.
where you go, it's this is gonna shake up the music industry, and maybe in a way where it exposes a lot of things that the major labels do. And that's interesting and that's cool. So there's that aspect of it, and maybe two things could be true. That could be happening as well. But culturally, he's lost the people. Culturally, he's lost it. I just don't see. He looks bad. It looks like he's down bad, and he, instead of like climbing back up to greatness, he's just taking like the Karen route, And
Right.
it, I don't know, man. I don't. I could see it from both perspectives, but it's like to attack the same system that you benefited from your entire career because you lost a battle. And I hate when people go, he's not, it's not against Kendrick, it's not against any of that. And it's like, it don't, it's indirectly, that's what it is. It's an indirect attack on Kendrick, or not attack, it's an indirect um way to attack him, or approach him, or the result, or the response to it. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
if he didn't lose that battle, would he be doing this? If he had a joint
Exactly.
that had the cultural impact that not like us did, and they pushed it the same way, would he be reacting like this? Tootsie Slide, I'm sure, got the same fucking promotion. Tootsie Slide sucked. That was a terrible record. But it still was number one. From who? I never played that record in my damn life. I've played Not Like Us about 1,000 times. Never
Hey,
played Tootsie Slide 1.
you see, Euphoria is my second most played song this
It-
year, and it
so
just came out.
it just came out. So the we're talking cultural impact versus manufacturing hits, right? Cultural hits versus manufactured hits. Tootsie Slide is a manufactured hit. It was not good. It got the same. I'm sure it got the same push on. It got the same power behind it, the same money behind it, the same type of support behind it. Uh, Not like, I don't even believe Not Like Us needed that. You know what I mean? But because it was so impactful.
Absolutely.
Every major label has relationships with radio. Every major label has relationships with other corporations. That's the game. When you have a joint that goes and is going to create you more money or more cultural relevance, you're going to put money behind it and resources behind it. Bottom line, Drake got to stop bitching, man. Rapping won't even help you no more, man. It don't none of now it's becoming like, oh, he's that guy. You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah. I mean, it hurts. It hurts, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, because growing up, high school, college, Drake, Kanye was up here. Kanye's still up here for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Drake,
He's one of the goats for
I've
sure.
heard every song from high school to college to now. Well, his last few albums I ain't really hear like that, but I know every Drake song, every moment, every video, all of that. The only thing I haven't done was been to a concert and
Yeah,
things like that. So like, just looking at the situation and looking at what's going on and how it can affect the industry. And I think early on people was thinking like, okay, y'all don't y'all don't really understand. Y'all LLC niggas, y'all should be bigging up Drake. Y'all should be he fighting the system. I'm like, is he? Is he? Or is he just whining? And is he just like, okay, we see what they doing with Not Like Us. We seen the word that was used. We seen this to jeopardize his likeness, his image, and things like that. So like from Drake's standpoint and from his camp, they may think they're doing the right thing.
yeah.
And from our standpoint, people like me and you, we can say, okay, he's crying and moaning, but then something like this will change the system. Somebody like Drake, and what makes him different from people that go against the system, they're doing it. The people that's going against the system, like a Prince, like a Michael Jackson, they're doing it to change not only themselves, but those that come after them. So it's bigger than just Prince. It's bigger than just Michael Jackson. It's bigger than just a Malcolm X or a Martin Luther King.
And they do it
Like,
with integrity.
absolutely.
That's the key. That's the key point here is integrity. I feel the route. I feel the route Aubrey has taken has no integrity, and because I mean, it's your label. You can't brag about being the guy at the label all these years, because I remember that period of Drake being like, wait, where he's that, he bragged about being that guy. Like, I could get any,
Right.
what was it? He had that line where he's like, I could get anything from Elliot Green or whatever it was, where he made a reference like that.
And that's
Like
what it
anything
was.
was okay. Yeah.
That's what it
And
was. He was Lucien Grange's golden boy.
exactly,
So
the golden pony.
they pumped the billions into it, and they did this. And I was listening to Ian Dunlap from EYL, and he
Yeah.
was talking about, like, once we start talking about UMG, people have to understand. Like, I understand the people talking about it on the surface level on social media and crying and talking about this about Drake and he doing this. But once you talking about UMG, you're talking about Chinese investors. You
Yeah.
talking about people from British. You talking about these type of investors that have spent millions on Drake and spent millions on Scorpion. When Scorpion came out, it was on every. I think it was on a gospel playlist,
Yeah.
like cover and things like that. So it was like on all these playlists. It was all over these billboards and things like that. So Drake has been spoiled, which he
Yeah.
has his entire life. So
Yeah.
like
He's
Lucian
been
has
manufactured. They done sculpted his abs. They done all types of crazy. He's a
right. So
Ken doll.
Lucian has pumped billions into him, and then you have this Marcus Garvey individual, this Malcolm X individual.
Mhm.
You have this individual that has culture.
Yep.
Like you heard what Jay-Z said. You reposted the video. Like we are culture.
We are culture.
Nothing
Yep.
moves without us.
Uh-huh.
Kendrick had that. Kendrick had the euphoria. Kendrick had the not like us and things like that. And same with I can have this Nicki Minaj type of situation. She was so on top. She was at the top of the totem pole. But then you
Mm-hmm.
have a Cardi B come in. Then you have another option. People are
Yeah.
gonna gravitate to that the other option.
Especially
And
when you
of
start
course,
losing touch, because success, the higher you climb on the ladder of
right,
success, I feel like you separate from the ground floor, right? You separate from the people. So
right,
it's superstardom, right? Because you could be successful and all that and still have a grounding. We see it with J. Cole in a bit, even though J. Cole has said himself he has been out of touch with
right.
it. So and Kendrick comes out whenever he comes out and then goes back in, right? But their level of superstardom, Drake, let's be real, Drake's level of superstardom is probably will never happen again with another artist, right? And that level of superstardom makes you kind of oblivious to what actually happens on the ground floor. And the higher
Absolutely.
you climb up, the further you get from that relevancy and that connectivity to the people. And people love success and they love to see you win, but they love even more to see you burn.
Absolutely.
They rather watch a train wreck than to go in the fire and help you out. They love it. You might be going 150 miles an hour and people are like, damn, that's fast, but they hoping you crash. So that could be like, you see,
Yeah.
they could look and point because that's just part of I don't want to say it's the world, but America loves entertainment. We love to be entertained.
Right.
So we love tragedy, we love success, we love comedy. So when it, Drake is in that, Drake is in that. But also, did he ever have culture? Was
Uh,
he ever
Not
actually
at all.
culturally connected?
Not at all. Because you had guys in the barbershop, you had guys talk about this singing guy, this rapping guy, like, okay, is he a singer? Is he a rapper? Is he a pop artist? What this and that. And like I was saying about Kendrick, like you have this cultured guy that is from LA. You have this guy that when he produces and when he does not like us, UMG didn't have to push the button for that.
Yeah,
Not Like Us was a cultural moment in history
yeah,
that will live forever. So
yeah.
like that was something that Drake couldn't he
He
couldn't
couldn't.
stop. He couldn't
Yeah,
stop. He couldn't
there was
stop.
no
And that's
stopping
why
him.
that was the last record of the entire beef. And it basically stamped like, okay, this is where we are in this moment.
Yeah,
I'm here. So UMG being UMG, $1 billion corporation, of course we're gonna put money behind our main product. The
yeah,
same we have done for you, Drake, for the
yeah,
past 10 years. So
yeah,
yeah, he just is it's just a jealous
yeah,
millionaire
yeah, yeah. 100%.
that's don't yeah, so like
That's why it's kind of lame. Um, and the thing also, Not Like Us didn't have to be the last record. Drake tapped out. The Heart Part 6 was disgusting. That was a disgusting record. I didn't like that. I saw people say that was a good
what
record.
record?
I didn't.
It
The Heart
froze
Part
up.
6. The Heart Part 6, that record he put out after Not Like
Are you
Us.
talking about what Drake did?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
not
can't
not
even
not the
remember
real
that
one.
record.
That I mean it was bad. It was just not a good record. That was with him saying basically like backtracking everything. And again,
Right.
that felt like a label move. That felt like somebody told you, "Yo, you got to go like say something about these allegations and say something about all of this." And what I was going to say about UMG, when you bring up a good point about the Chinese investors, it's not only just Chinese investors. UMG has their hands in so many different things. They like mass produce water in a country somewhere. Like
Right. That's what I'm saying.
UMG,
Like it's
UMG
investors
is
all over
huge.
from France and all
Yeah,
over. So it's
and
more than just that.
it's more than just entertainment. Not only that,
Right.
to add to that, it's with UMG. It's you got to also realize there are some people in the UMG boardrooms and stockholders and major stockholders. I'm not talking about the people who own little pieces. I'm talking about the major stockholders. those investors, all that. Those there's a certain people in that company who don't give a fuck about Drake. Their concern isn't
At
even
all.
Drake is just one piece of this giant machine that works. So it's like if he's costing you money and making you look bad, yo, fuck that guy. He's not even to them is he's not even that relevant. He's just one. I'm not saying he's not relevant, but Drake is only relevant entertainment wise. You know what
Right.
I mean? Drake is not like a humanitarian. We don't go, you don't when you think of like these bigger businesses that kind of add to the capitalism of the world and add to the structure of society. Drake is not one of those guys. And in comparison to like a Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, who have these
Right.
stakes in the ground that affect the world, kind of, you know what I mean, and how the overall culture shifts. I don't even know if Kendrick has that for hip hop, but Kendrick is a moving cog in that machine of how culture shifts.
Right.
If nothing else, he is a representative of the culture, you know.
Right.
And I don't think we get that with Drake, and I feel like we're seeing a product malfunction.
So are we seeing the downfall of Drake?
I think we're seeing the cultural exposure of Drake. I
Right.
think a act like Drake can't fall. You're
Right.
just too successful, and you
Right.
have too much in the bank, and not financially. I mean, you got too much work you've done, too much stakes in the ground. You know, like he is a legend, whether people like him or not. Well, I don't agree with this. I don't discredit his entire career,
Right.
because I respect the career. The career is one that's never been. It's just there's no career like it, and I don't see there ever being another career like it. I think
Right.
he's a shooting star in this industry. The same way I
Even with
see.
his next album, I think he's gonna do like roughly
I think he's gonna do good.
400,000. Right.
I
I
think I
think he's
saw.
gonna do.
I think I just saw a statistic that he's still the most streamed artist every month this year. So it's like
Oh yeah.
I don't. That's why this is crazy, because you're not really losing.
It's just
You
the
did.
public perception. He
It's just
cares
the
about the
public
public
perception.
perception. He cares
Exactly.
about that. He
He's
cares
not
about that.
really losing. He's still on top. He's still the guy. People still love Drake. It's not like yo, you got a little chink in the armor. That's fine. Like that's cool. It comes with the game. Like Hove did it.
Chink,
It
the
had
whole shoulder played off.
yeah. Well, but I feel like he did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like he did that. He could that pedophile shit could have been here and gone. Uh, and I don't know. My whole perception of that battle was crazy, because now when I look at it, I look at all the things of Kendrick telling you, "Yo, don't say lies about
Don't
me, and I
do it.
won't say truths about you.
Don't mention
Don't
my
yo,
family. Don't
don't
do it.
mention my
Don't do it.
family. Like we could keep it friendly." I see all that, and then I see Drake. Then you see, now you could really look at it and go, "Oh, he's just an egomaniac." It's just, oh, I think I'm the guy. I'm thinking. Then you get chin checked, and that's what happened. And you're gonna take a blow, because the one thing you could I mean, you might not like Kendrick because his music is kind of a certain type of music, um but he he is one of us. He is the people, whether you like it or not. He has always stood for he has been an artistic figure, like as far as um a moving piece of art, right?
Right.
His cultural relevance and stance has always been impactful and been respected and been like, okay, this is the guy that we put on those pedestals. This is the guy who represents that. He's the guy who's keeping the actual art form of this alive, from the
Right.
storytelling, from the conceptual albums, from the releases, from all of the processes. He's always been that guy, and he's been surgical when he's been on the attack mode. You know what I mean? Like he's always every time he's kind of thrown a shot. He's been the guy letting you know, I'm that dude. I'm
Yeah.
number one. He did it on the Controverse. He did, like, he's always thrown those things out into the universe. It's other people who have said these guys are Drake is the GOAT. Is like, but Kendrick has always stood on that stands. So it's like that wasn't nothing else. It was just like you're gonna reach out. I think he just got offended. You gonna reach out to do this damn song? It's like fuck you. You know I don't like you. What was it? The BET Cypher shit. I mean, he's like, I tucked a sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes. It's like, yo,
Aha. Joke's on
he
you. High
jokes
five.
on, I'm
I'm
bulletproof.
bulletproof.
And
That's my shit.
a year later, that stands true.
That shit crazy, bro. Like, I thought I hold grudges with certain people. But damn, that was like
Yeah,
2011, 12,
yeah. But I think Kendrick saw it back then. I think a
14
lot of
maybe?
people saw it. I think if you're in the industry and as you build your career and you at those levels, you see the type of career routes that these artists take, where Drake took the manufactured route. And there's nothing
Right,
wrong with that.
right,
I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of acts. If you're a good act, I'm a fan because I love entertainment. I love music. I love it. So it's like I love a good show. I love a good production. I love a good act. Drake is one of the greatest acts of the music industry, of the entertainment industry. So I respect his decisions of how he chose to go about his career. I get it. He took the money, like when it came, he took the big checks. He took the easy records. He took the pop record. You know, he did everything to be the best manufactured product in the market, and I love that. Um, and then I think somebody like Kendrick sees that while he's choosing the grassroots route in his career. Um, and he looks at that and he goes, "Oh, but you know that's the same way they look at Vlad. It's like, oh, you just using our culture, and not only that, and you trans Dominican. So it's like you're not even you. You're not even like the Canadian Jewish guy. You trying to be like you trying to convert into something in front of us. He's like Kim Kardashian, you know? It's like you go from one person to the next person before our eyes, and we just supposed to eat that shit up. Now, Kim, it, I mean, the Kardashians are a certain type of people. People just respect it, but we all know what the fuck goes on in the Kardashian. You don't, Darrell, you don't watch the Kardashians. You don't sit there, you go, this is entertainment. This, because you know what? You seen a man turn into a woman. Granted, fuck it, that's your freedom. Do whatever you want. I'm just saying, we all watching this shit, and it's crazy. Now we gotta watch a Jewish black man turn into a Dominican, and we gotta be like, it's okay. And on top of him exploiting black culture, on top of him exploiting hip hop culture, it's like we live in a crazy world. Motherfuckers just transforming in front of us. Now, and I'm joking about the Kardashian thing. Not joking. I'm being serious, but I'm saying those elements, the extremes, where you could see a man become a woman, no problem with that. Just to make that clear, I'm just saying we saw it on TV. When you
Cancel
could
before,
become,
before episode 10.
yeah.
Crazy.
I'm just saying when you watch a man become a woman on TV on public outlets, that's such an extreme that when you see their child go from like a normal human to a plastic human, it's regular. You don't like, you
Right,
don't think about it when Kim Kardashian is a walking Barbie doll. You don't think about it because it's like, oh, their family already. It's so much extremes are happening in society that it becomes such a normalcy. But and I'm not saying it's not normal. I'm saying the extremes of these things are crazy. They're so wild that back in the day it stood out, right? Today it doesn't
right.
stand out because it's normal. You got Saucy Santana, you got all these crazy like these extreme characters. Drake, I'll just say all that to say Drake is an extreme character. He is the Kim
Extreme character is
Kardashian.
crazy.
He's the Kim Kardashian. No, Saucy Santana is crazy. That's a wild character. So Drake is the Kim Kardashian of
So it's
and
Kendrick
I'm
Lamar, Kanye?
Kendrick Lamar's Kanye.
That's crazy. I mean, yeah, it's sad to see as far as what I remember Drake as far as so
Yeah,
far gone comeback season. That's the Drake that I remember.
he
Even
don't look the
Degrassi.
same.
Like even
Yeah,
Degrassi, I think Degrassi is the first time I've seen him, and then I see him transform into comeback
into a
season so
Dominican
far.
man. Oh,
So far gone. and things like that. And we've seen him with the braids, the fro, the low cut.
The
Like
fucking
we've
sauce,
seen him
man.
dressing like this shit's crazy.
It's crazy. My fault to cut you off. I'm saying he stole Sauce Walker's whole style, man. People don't even say that because Sauce Walker is a little not. He's underground. I love Sauce Walker. Shout out to Texas. Sauce Walker is one of my favorite artists, honestly, out of Texas and hip hop. But he took his whole style with the braids and the beads and all that shit. And it's like, and because he lives in, he stays in Texas. It's like, bro, you stealing a man's whole identity who he kind of cemented it. That was like his thing. And it's just weird when I see that, and I say that to say that's the thing Kendrick was pointing out. When he said you run to Atlanta to get game from you to Lingo and all that, you ran to Texas and stole Sauce Walker's whole style. That's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah.
Um, and to tag on what you saying is like when you see Degrassi, you don't see that Drake. You see a kid who's earning his career. Where now you see a guy who's, oh, let me take what's you take what the people love, and the people don't love it from you. They just like it from you because you make it relevant and cool, and you put it in the eyes of everybody, as
Right.
opposed to it being just an original thing on your end, as far as being like a tastemaker and being somebody who curates these things. He curates what's already popular
Right. Yeah.
amongst the culture, and he just puts it on that main stage. Um and it is what it is. We
Yeah.
seen it happen.
I mean,
And it
yeah.
is.
It's gonna be interesting to see the lawsuit. I know it's some dates. I think next week or something like that they're circling, and we'll see how that go. And the fight with Drake and UMG, like I don't know what he's looking for. I don't know if he's looking to be compensated. I don't know if he's looking to change the industry. I don't know, but if secrets do come out and say anything, UMG is gonna say, Drake, the same thing we did for Kendrick, we've been doing for you for
Yeah,
10 years, even if you do not know it. No matter
yeah,
how big of an act you are, Joe Budden talked about this all the time. No matter how big of an act you are, as far as inside their system, you would never know the true analytics. You will never know the true day to day and what goes on in the
yeah.
Spotify office, in the UMG office, in the TikTok office and things like that. You would never know because you're not truly a part of that company. You're
A
product.
product.
Yes, you're a product within that company that you're literally a Coke bottle in the factory that gets manufactured with the rest of the Coke bottles. So just,
Yep.
and they have placed you in line in order for you to design what you need to do, which is quench the thirst of the customer. That is basically
That's
what you
that's
are
the
in this
best analogy I've heard for it.
exactly. That is basically what these acts are in
Mhm.
this environment. And Drake, Taylor Swift, and even some sort of Kendrick, like they are
Yeah,
all
100%.
just Coke bottles in this factory. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah,
And
Kendrick is part of that. Kendrick is he just has a different superpower. He just has a different.
right,
It's like how they make the toys, and the toys come with like accessories. Like a wrestler comes with a championship belt. If they're known for talking on a microphone, they have a microphone. Kendrick comes packaged the same way. He just has culture with
right.
him, and he has the people with him. Um, and okay, what did you think of GNX?
Yeah, so I was finna leave to go to New Orleans when that album dropped. And I was working at the time and I was just like, Kendrick just dropped the video. Kendrick just dropped the album. Like, what the hell? So I'm listening to it, Whacked Out Mirrors, first record. I'm like, oh shit, this shit slap. This hard. Listen to the rest of it. I'm like, oh, scissor on it. So I just dove into it. And man,
It's a good album, man.
it's a good album. Like, it's one of them that'll make you want to crit walk, in which we knew that's the direction he was going to go with this
Yeah,
whole moment. So he was just like, okay, let me captivate the culture even more and produce a full album off this.
yeah,
So yeah, I
yeah.
thought it was a beautiful album, man. I still listen to it today, from Peekaboo, Squabble Up, Whacked Out Mirrors,
TV
Luther,
off.
like TV off,
That's my shit, bro. In the
like
morning, I
all that.
start
So
going.
yeah, like I'm gonna
It's good.
jumping in the gym tomorrow.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
yeah, it's a beautiful piece of work, man. And
Drizzy Drake, man,
I'm hearing
Aubrey
that more.
Graham, you got your TV turned the fuck off, man. That's just the reality of it. No, man, Reincarnation, the storytelling on that song is
Oh
incredible.
yeah, man, he
I,
channeling Pac on that one.
yeah. Kendrick. I mean, it's the perfect setup to what's coming for the Super Bowl, for the tour,
Oh yeah,
the SZA tour, and he got the South Park show collaboration with the South Park creators. I think Kendrick about to go on the victory lap for real, man. Uh, Aubrey gotta just sit back and file his lawsuits, man.
hell
Because
yeah, because February right around the corner, man.
yeah, man, you about to. It's going Drake. It's just going to get ugly, bro. You better off not saying nothing. You better off staying tucked in the cut, bro. Like, I mean, he gonna perform in Canada in stadium a stadium tour, bro. Like, it's
Back
just
to back.
not. Yeah, let Kenny rock, man. Let Kenny get it in. Even J. Cole, I love what you're doing, man. Just uh, get. I think this year, man, is Kendrick's year. Next year might be Kendrick because I think there's another album coming as well. So we gonna see how all of that kind of comes together.
Laptop like you, my shit just overheated.
I mean, we got the TikTok topic left, and then your mic and everything is down.
Did the mic go out?
Nah, you good.
The
Like I
mic
said,
still there.
we could get this last topic off and then close it out. It's on
Yeah, let's
you.
do it.
All right. I mean, this is kind of random. It don't even fit the pop, but TikTok is for sale. We know this. It's been for sale for years. It's always go up for sale. China's stealing our fucking information. Yet y'all still use this motherfucker doing dances, looking stupid, looking crazy. It is what it is. It's not for me. I don't give a
They
fuck.
gonna keep you.
I'm not the guy who consumes the content. I don't make the TikTok. I'm not the TikTok guy. I don't watch it. I don't do none of that. My family does. My nieces love that shit. They on TikTok every day of their goddamn lives. TikTok is stealing your information, bro.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll touch on it. We'll touch on it more
Yeah,
because I know it's a deeper conversation.
it's
Talking about,
deeper.
but we'll touch on it more. We'll touch
They're
on it
gonna
more.
get sold for sure. They're selling to
Oh
a
yeah,
U.S. company to
oh
keep
yeah,
going.
this
There's
gonna
no way
happen.
TikTok is not going to continue on with its operations.
Oh yeah,
That's the gist of that. To get into the actual shit that goes on in TikTok that's a whole episode itself. That's a
oh
whole
yeah.
like 32, 32 an hour conversation because there's a lot that goes on TikTok from licensing, from the content. It is, but if you think TikTok is going to be banned and not exist anymore, get that out of your minds. TikTok will absolutely sell to a U.S. company.
One
If
thousand percent.
not, what they're gonna do is partner with a U.S. company, and those guys are probably gonna form a corporation just to buy TikTok, and we know how the business game goes. Those guys, the Chinese motherfuckers, gonna sit on the board. Well, let me not say Chinese motherfuckers. The guys who own TikTok are gonna sit on the board of the American company, probably as a unnamed board members or whatever. They're gonna buy it up, and we're gonna see the same play ran from America, and they're just gonna steal your information over here. So
So yeah, we still gonna be using TikTok in the next 6 months.
yeah, for sure, 100%. That shit is not going nowhere. It's not, and they
Oh
just
yeah.
they just cut a deal with UMG. UMG will probably buy TikTok.
Hey, if you, we'll
Now
say
we
that for the
talking.
next pod. We'll say that for the
Yeah,
next pod.
now we talking, and then then we're gonna see where Drip stands.
This has been another episode of the Make This Industry podcast.
Yo, I am your host, Stephen Almeida, man. That's my co-host, Darrell, Reese Jr. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see you next episode, y'all. Peace.
Yes, indeed. Peace.